That's right. I said music is strength. Come on. I said music is strength. Music is strength. Come on. We kicking X2REP. Come on. We talking music is strength. Music is strength. When I say X2RP, what you say? X2REP. Uh-huh. Music is strength. Music is strength. Come on. That's what I've been trying to get the word now, y'all. Uh-huh. That's right. When I say X2REP, what you say? X2REP. All right. Well, come on. All right. Well, come on. All right. Well, come on. Hey. Little bit. Okay. All right. It feels good to be amongst the living. We still breaking barriers, building futures. We still enjoying the skin we in. It's another opportunity for you to blend with MET, Metro, you know what I'm saying? And I got another special guest, and this is another session of what we call Men's Talk, Straight No Chaser. All right. Anthony Murrill at your services. Hey, look, man. I know y'all been just viewing what we do. But this right here is a whole different type of men's talk. It's gonna probably be less questions and more just talk. So y'all get ready to enjoy this. And if we had the music going on right now, that little music be going on and the men's talk will be coming through, and y'all might hear some go-go, or y'all might hear some inner city groove, or y'all might hear some chocolate charm, or my B-flat below boys. But anyway, it's the DMV, baby, and I'm Metro. Welcome to another opportunity for y'all to be able to kick the Willie from Chocolate City. On my right, your left, I'm going to introduce to you what I call one half of AA batteries. And he is?
Do the do. You got to do the work.
How about that?
Men's talk is all about doing the work.
And when he says do the do, that's his code.
Yeah.
But to the people that's joining us, this is Anthony Lee Do. Okay. I call him Mr. E, Mr. Enthusiasm.
Yeah.
And when we together, it's a whole different variation of vibration in the room. And this is what you call them AA batteries. And this is what we do. We break barriers and build futures, and we talk about the things that makes people true to who they be. I be, you be, they be, we be. X2REP. What's up, B?
What's going on, DNV? First off, we give love to the surrounding area of what's happening. Do stands for doing everything well. Men's talk is about doing everything well. Whatever you do, just like Chuck say, big or small, do it well or don't do it at all.
How about that?
Yeah.
Show you right.
Yeah. Go. DNV.
Yeah, the G-O.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, we don't have a platform today because when we get together, we always talk about stuff. But the biggest things we always like to interject and like to talk profoundly about is the violence in the streets and the violence in our nation. Not just our DMV, but our nation. If y'all don't know about AA batteries, we're the AA batteries. It's the A-team, Anthony. And what we do is we talk about anything that has to do with our youth and the environment that our youth or our generational wealth is growing in. And we've been talking about all the death and all the craziness, that the mishaps, and it's just so much since COVID has kicked in that every day we seem like we losing someone, and it all centered around youth. And we think that's, well, we said it was happening. We said that in 19 when we started talking about breaking barriers and building futures, about, kicking this violence to the curb. We've been doing this since 1994, but, we said once we come out of this COVID hiatus, this COVID closet, it's gonna be a lot of problems. It's like, a jail. If you keep people locked in a cell, when you let them out, they're gonna raise hell. And that's what's going on right now. What you think, E?
Well, it's all good. And number one, for all y'all on social media, because I know that's where y'all rock and roll. Y'all go right to YouTube, put in we at the or DNV. You can pull up exactly what we're talking about right now. We're not gonna make you wait till the end of the broadcast.
That's right.
YouTube, we at war DNV. Drop the track, man.
911, what's your emergency?
Man, it's not even summertime. It's still spring and already bullets flying. People dying. Man, I don't know what time. I can't even go outside. My kids can't go out and ride. What's going on, man? I can't handle this, man. No, hell no.
DNV, stop the violence. It's war. Stop the violence in the DNV. Yes, war. DNV, stop the violence. It's war. Stop the violence in the DNV. Yes, war. DNV, stop the violence. It's war. Stop the violence in the DNV. Yes, war. DNV, stop the violence. It's war. Stop the violence in the DNV. There's a lot of good that you can do. DEW, when the peace and love is inside of you. I say summertime. Safe summer in the DNV. No robbing, no killing, no shooting. Choose positive over negative in the scenario. The life you save may be your own. Too blessed to get stressed and all that violence mess. So what you gonna do? I say we gon' make it. My Angelo silver cord show me. Don't spend it, save it for the peace rally. Get your mind addicted to win it. During the summertime. DNV, stop the violence. It's war. Stop the violence in the DNV. Yes, war. DNV, stop the violence. It's war. Stop the violence in the DNV. Yes, war. DNV, stop the violence. It's war. Stop the violence in the DNV. Yes, war. DNV, stop the violence. It's war. Stop the violence in the DNV.
The world can be a hard, ugly place. But if I get my X2RP representatives, my 10%ers in the place, Yes, sir. no running, no rumbling, no shooting, no killing, no riding, no looting. Good vibes is only what we doing.
What's up, man?
Hey yo, it's Metro, still standing on my Shannon Square, still standing on my square out
Hell
here.
yeah.
Make sure y'all peeps understand, overstand, it's a war,
baby.
and this is what we call outreach. Change this culture,
Change it,
that's
baby.
what we need to do.
Alright,
It's necessary
alright.
when it comes to this, my culture, my district, my DMV too. So no rumbling, no stealing, no shooting, no riding, no looting. It's time to get back to what we've been doing. Family, generational wealth, be human. You know what time it is, it's at war.
DNV, stop the violence. It's war. Stop the violence in the DNV. Yes, war. DNV, stop the violence. It's war. Stop the violence in the DNV. Yes, war. DNV, stop the violence. It's war. Stop the violence in the DNV. Yes, war. DNV, stop the violence. It's war. Stop the violence in the DNV. We at war.
Really, the track is really about talking about being at war. And the war that we're talking about is the violence in our communities, the violence in our streets, the violence in your streets, your communities, our hoods, our goods. Even the booties and the burb are going through this. It ain't just about the hood. It's about all good. Everything good is at war right now. And we talked about this, and a lot of people don't really want to have this conversation because they think that, it's going to just go away. But we know for a fact that ain't happening. If you don't put some work in, it's going to get strains, and the strains will get tougher, and they will get more creative. You got to do something to be able to change this culture of violence and death and disrespect of life. What you think?
Well, it's about if people want to change, number one. So I mean,
Yeah.
change only happen if you
Only
change.
if you want it.
So you don't want no change.
Yeah.
You can talk until the end of the day, end of time, and there it is. What happened? People make change, do something.
Life gives you nothing unless you do something.
People who make change sacrifice something.
Only if you want it.
People who make change give up something.
Persistence is a different type of consistent. Yeah.
This ain't the kind of show that we talk and we don't have no action. This is about doing. And we know that even in the basketball game, majority of the people are in the crowd cheering. Only a smaller amount of people are playing on the court. We need all hands, all minds on deck.
You know, it's funny that you said that because we used to always say, you know, cheerleaders are part of the team.
Yeah, okay.
You
You
know,
going there, you
yeah,
going there.
Cheerleaders are part of the team.
Oh, he gonna go there.
You know, they just don't travel everywhere the team goes.
Okay.
They only stay at home.
But what they do?
Yeah, but they do motivate the team.
Oh, okay.
They do present the team with some type of ammunition. But the crowd,
Audience, okay.
the audience,
Yeah.
that's a whole different story. Some audience do motivate, but they're not really part of the team, even though they kind of extend themselves and become extended families, and they involve themselves as if they are a part of the team. But they really aren't.
Wow.
You know, but that's what life is doing right now to most people. They faking you out by making you feel like you're a part of something. Facebook, social media, you know, they making you feel like you're a part of something. That
click away.
Yeah, you know,
making the difference.
You're part of this. You're down like we down, and really you aren't. You don't eat what they eat. You don't eat what we eat. You know, you don't play the way they play. You don't play the way we play. But they trick you into feeling like you down. And guess what? Down people who want to be down go harder than the people who are down. And that's the funny part that we're dealing with now, because that's why so many people dying. Is because we got people who trying so hard to be down that they're willing to do things that are just absurd to go at the next level of absurdity. You know, to be more violent than what they see the people who actually are down doing. Let's talk about that a little bit. You know, why are we having so much violence? Why do y'all think we having so much violence? You know, like Dude said, you know, we all over the social media. You know, if you want to talk to us, you can always just put X2REP or Anthony Eric Murrill, Facebook, you know, DEW, you know, stylism, you know.
I mean, it's not hard to find.
It ain't hard to
people
find.
who doing work. Yeah.
But the people that are down, that really want to make change, that's where we having a problem. Because a lot of people say they want to make change, but they're not willing to do the things to have change happen. Just like when we put this We at War situation together, it was way before COVID. We was ready for the doors open, but we could get no one to put that record on play, or to put that verbiage on a T-shirt, or to just have the We at War part entered into something, so that people can know it's time to break the cycle that we already knew was coming. So proactivity is what we was trying to do. Now we got to react. I saw Yancey, I think that's Channel 4. If I got the network wrong, excuse me, but you know, I saw you with Easy Street. I saw you with another very, very well-spoken young lady who was, I guess, the CEO or president of an organization that is really doing some marvelous things to, you know, help change this culture and cultivate a new understanding of who we are, who we be. And there was also a statistical guy with him. That was a good network. I like to listen to it and everything, but the only thing that was missing was action heroes. Now, if we don't learn to play together, if we don't learn to use all the pieces on the chessboard, and all you got is your king and your queen and your rook or your knight, then you ain't gonna win. We gotta come together. We gotta get together. We gotta break bread on different levels. We gotta be diverse. You know. So what you say about that?
Well, it's like 4 quarters. I mean, we down. Violence is up. Hard workers are down. 4 quarters. We're going into the last quarter. Got to make a comeback. If there is possible for a comeback. Because again,
sometimes you got to lose to win.
If people don't want it, it's not going to happen. And we can social media talk it forever and a day.
Yeah.
But until we do some work, until we have some sacrifice, man, you might as well just ride this on. However you're going to need to survive, I'm going to be good. Yeah, but y'all will need to find a way to be good because, folks, this is a different climate. Yeah. And y'all know we telling the truth.
Yeah,
if y'all go to YouTube, we at war, DMV, listen to the music, all the lyrics will tell you what we're talking about. That's only if you're motivated. You may just think this is another podcast that they just want to spit out words and verbiage and nouns and have no significance. Hey, man, you know how is this different? Man? Is this just we just like another 1,000 up? We just want to be talking it up?
Well, I believe that you gotta put yourself out there to be seen, heard, and represent.
Okay.
You can't represent unless you put yourself out there. Mm-hmm. So I'm never gonna say social media is not a good thing. Okay. But I just think that the wrong social media is being the most obtainable. Mm-hmm. And if we're gonna have social media, we gotta have balance. Mm-hmm. We talked about that earlier about balance. Mm-hmm. So we know that there's good and there's bad. Yeah. But if all you ever doing is highlighting the bad and never the good, then there's no balance. Yeah. So, we're at a point now in Men's Talk, straight no chaser, that we doing what I call this metro thing, moving entirely toward rejuvenating our peace, moving expeditiously through real obstacles thing. Yeah. We kicking the willy from the Charlotte City, but we talking to every city. It's all good and all hood, and we got problems, even though it's all good. We got problems, but problems are just chaos waiting to be dealt with. That's all. How many people are willing to actually break barriers and build futures, to jump into another state of mind, to actually put on the paper, the plan? Because once you have a plan, you plan to succeed and not fail. But if you have no plan, you plan to fail. So this is what this episode for me is. Straight no chaser, just talking about some things that really are on our mind. And that are really hurting our chances at growth and becoming the next generation or next us and having generational wealth.
If it's going to be another generation that's going on, because every generation has an opportunity to make their difference. You're going to age out just like people age out of the foster care. Yeah, you got about 30 good years. I mean, so if you waiting forever in the day to make it happen, I mean, time is going to keep on ticking.
I mean, we've been through what?
Yeah, come on.
The baby boomers.
Yeah, come on.
We've been through
1999.
There you go. Then we went through what? The X.
All American City.
Then we went to Multi.
Youth Lock.
What's it called? The X generation. Then we went to what? What's the next?
Millennials. Come on.
Then we went from millennials to Z.
Keep moving.
Now we're at Alpha.
Yeah.
And Alpha really, to be honest with you,
out the way. Yeah,
Alpha really is a dangerous one because everybody know what Alpha's about. And you getting down to one. And anytime you have an Alpha mentality, that means you ain't got races, you ain't got next us, you just one. Wow. The race is over. I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe the race is coming to an end.
Well, everybody had their time. Yeah. Jordan had his era. Wilt Chamberlain had his era. Mm-hmm. Some say LeBron has his era. Nevertheless, it's what you're going to do with what you have in your hand that's going to matter at the end of the day. Your hand's empty. You ain't got no work on your hand. You ain't been doing nothing. We styling and profiling all day, but are we putting in some work? Whatever work we got to do. But check this out. You can call us or text us at 240-671-6232 because you might want to do something. Or you can send an email at anthony_do@aol.com. Then that way at least you have a comment. Hey, if you want to do something in the area or you have an idea.
Or you just want to say something about what you heard. Or, you want to tell us about what you seen or you might have bumped into us on some other things, and you might want to, as they say, kick the willie and talk about this chocolate city. Talk about this issue of violence. Talk about, what's the real problems that you see, in yours, which is all good. Whether it's the suburbs or the city or the hood, or the boonies, as I say, the boonies, burbs, cities, But the point that I want to make as well is you got to do something. Even if it's just some talk about doing something, that's still moving. It's not stagnant. Anything stagnant is going to be a issue. That's how people get conquered. Stagnicity always gives you an easy target. You got to keep moving. You got to keep bobbing and weaving. You got to be able to find ways of being able to deal with some of the issues that we're going through. And that's why we're talking about this on Straight No Chaser. That's why we're having this Y chromosomal time. That's why I keep bringing these gentlemen in. And even though I always say Y chromosomal, I believe that men are X and Y. You just have men with womb, and then you have men that are Y chromosomal. Women are just men with womb to me. But they just have another approach at things, and they can also be lady. So anybody want to sit on the couch that want to just be Y chromosomal, you want to enjoy the, men's talk, hey, give me a hit, X2REPINC at yahoo.com or TIME, the number 2, REP at gmail.com.
Metro, when you go through the community, what you see? What you see through your eyes, man? We in Prince George's County, Charles County, Howard County.
I hate when they put Prince George County first.
I didn't dare.
Yeah.
What you see though?
Well, I see dilapidation. I see stagnation. I see irritation. I see a microwave situation.
Well, Prince George's County has a high level of prominent black folks making good government money.
Yeah, well, good government money is not always what you call good environmental situation.
Okay.
They always say that there's a rich and then there's a wealth.
Wow.
So,
what's Prince George's County?
Well, right now it's rich.
Okay.
That's why you say prominent money.
Yeah, that's right.
Of African American understanding.
Yeah.
But then you gotta have an understanding that if all you doing is making money, but you don't have wealth, which is time.
Yeah.
Rich is money, wealth is time.
Yeah.
Then you really gonna mess with design. And Prince George County was wealthier in the 80s, even when it was not as many blacks there. They were migrating in, but it was wealthier then compared to now, because now it's rich.
If you can prognosticate 5 to 10 years out, what's Prince George's County gonna look like, a blueprint? What you can see, what you think may look, the community gonna look like, the people, the housing,
well, I'll say this.
What?
I'll say this. I hate to speak things into existence, but it's already showcasing itself.
Okay, it's already.
I mean, you see more cultures, you see less African Americans, but you do see more Hummer homes with African Americans in them.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they're not really out and about anymore. They're just going into their homes and they're staying there.
Yeah.
And then they go to work. So I really believe that a lot of the wealth is going to leave.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And
which direction is it going in?
Well, I think that leaving is not really about direction.
Okay.
Because it's really a beltway and a migration that goes from DC up. So wherever the up goes, whether it's leaving Southeast to go to PG, or PG to go to Charles County, or Charles County, PG to go to Montgomery County.
Yeah. But you understand the game of Monopoly very well.
Right.
You always got to pay something somewhere.
Yeah.
So where are the businesses, Mecca? Where's our Prince George's Black Mecca for business? Where can we go pay out, build our own up?
See, that's leading away from the discussion a little bit for me, because that's one of the reasons why Prince George's County is not being able to hold the wealth. It's because of that.
Okay, because of that. Okay,
You know,
okay.
we've got a lot of picturesque situations,
Okay.
but the reality is it's no real infrastructure. It's no real reason to invest in Prince George's County unless you already make a certain amount of money.
So where can youth work other than?
But see, that's the problem.
How
The
can,
investment
how can
is-
they get money in their pocket
See,
and
that's the
feel
problem
good about
right
who
there.
they are?
See, that's the problem right there.
Okay.
You know, we talking about things that it's the arms are this wide when you
Yeah,
talk
yeah,
about those things.
yeah.
But those are the reasons why we're losing the wealth. It's because Generation Next, the next us, they don't have no part of the wealth. So
You said they're on the outside looking in?
no, they're not even outside looking in.
Okay.
They're just there.
Okay, this is it.
It's nothing there for them to grow and become the next us within the
So
system.
where's all that energy going? Because that's energy.
But that's the energy.
That's emotion.
But,
Where's all that going?
Isn't that the energy of disgrace and
Okay.
and frustration? And,
Oh, okay.
I mean, you know, when
But where did that energy go? I mean, frustration got to
goes
be
to the
delivered.
bullets.
Huh?
It goes to the bullets.
Oh, okay,
I mean,
okay.
that's
okay.
what we was talking about.
Oh, okay.
The death.
The death, okay.
Yeah, I mean,
all that
you know,
energy.
if you cage something up too long, when it comes out, it raises hell.
Okay.
You know, I mean, and if all they got is a way of yelling and busting off, then you're going to have more babies and more deaths.
Is there anything the networks can do besides just feeding us that same narrative? Is anybody in the media network can say, hey, we can tell another story? Or is everybody done fell down to that? It's too many rounds to stand up to that.
But see, that's the funny thing about this thing, this conversation. You know, and that's the gift of double A's, of having a conversation within a conversation. So I'm glad that y'all are getting the opportunity to see how we work. So I'm gonna stay on this level of conversation.
Okay.
Now, back in the day, when they had budgets
Okay.
for outreach and budgets for what do they call it when they had money set aside?
No,
for,
we got you
for the
flocking
youth?
money. You know that.
No, it was
grants.
it was a certain budget. What was the lady from Tacoma Park?
Smoking.
No. The lady from Tacoma Park, the mortuary.
Cheryl.
What?
Bluford. Yeah.
I had to mention her name.
He gave her love. Okay.
Yeah,
He gave
this
her
will
love.
help me out a
Okay.
little bit.
Go ahead.
When she was working for Tacoma Park Municipal.
Yeah. He going way back.
Yeah, 90s, early 90s.
Yeah.
And we had all those youth that were on the street and all those youth that were carrying weapons and
That was Maple Avenue.
okay, Maple Ave and other Ave was
New Hampshire Avenue.
There you go. So we used to work that system
That system. Okay.
so that we could try to, you know, have a mission of cleaning up an area and helping young people to see themselves, take themselves off the shelf and show their wealth. That's how far we go back as far as what we do. When we had that, there was a budget.
Okay.
And it was a budget that a lot of people had, and it was money set aside, but nobody was using. And I wish I knew what that budget was called, because that's what we're missing now. We're missing something that actually says we care about generational wealth and generational health. Something that says these youth are somebody that we need to invest in. We don't have anything like that. And if we do, where is it going? It's going to nepotism and it's going through, you know, different channels of people who have people. And that's the difference between what Ms. Bluford did for us.
How did two A's make a difference? Two different kind of Anthonys come together and captivate 125 youth all night, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and they didn't want to stay away. How do you hook them kind of minds to do that?
Well, see, first of all, that's the answer to a lot of the questions that we already talked about earlier.
Okay.
So when you bring people that really have a talent, a gift, and a passion,
Okay.
and you put them on your team
Yeah.
to actually go after something that you really want to do, you really want to accomplish.
Okay.
That's what double A's do.
Yeah.
And that's how you win. But the problem right now is that's not really what we want. That's not our goal right now. So it's hard to talk about an area without talking about areas.
Yeah.
Because Prince George's County is still gorgeous, Prince George's.
Yeah, it's still gorgeous.
It's just that right now it's hard to see the gorgeous because of the environmental differences and changes and economic changes and infrastructures that aren't growing. They're not growing. You know, so I don't want to hop on the area that I love because it did well by me, and I hope that it bounces back to where it goes back to helping the best investment, which is the youth. So as far as the double A's, you know, what we're doing right now is just having an open dialogue and then letting people come inside the brain of the A team, the double A batteries, you know, the mission, you know. So what do you think, E, when it comes to the double A's?
Well, the double A's, number one, they run the race to the end. So it's not like they start the race, it's going to be finished one way or another. See, in life, you can outrun most people. Most people think they want something. The other people know they want something. The people who think they want something, they gonna phase out in a little bit. When the money gone, they gonna phase out. When the car gone, they gonna phase out. But the people who want it and they know they want it, you can't stop them.
See, only if you want it, it goes back to that phrase. Only if you want it.
Yeah, only if you come on.
I mean, you know, it's hard to stop the double A's when you put them with that ever-ready battery, that ever-ready bunny. You know, them batteries keep that thing going consistently, persistence, you know, and it's tenacity. You know, but it's not a bad thing when you're doing it for a good reason. But right now, we got too many things going on and it happening for bad reasons, and they're bad things. And now, death, discombobulation, skittishness, anarchy. I mean, we at war.
And I'm gonna drop some more of that. We at war.
All right.
If you want to make a difference, you need to distinguish what's fake from what's reality. In order to move forward, you must give back this 1990 stuff to those brothers and sisters still stuck in their trap. In order to achieve, you must believe. I'm not a magician. I don't have nothing up my sleeve, but in my head I have what is called a brain time to rap. 1999.
That's that nappy-headed poetry don't die. All it does is multiply. This is what we do when it's time to come through. It's time to X2RP and show them who we be.
But it's still where you're going, not where you're from. It's still about where you're going.
And that nappy-headed poetry is still existing. And I think that if we was to get more stations, more media stations, more newspapers to just gravitate toward balancing off and balancing the death rate with motivation and positivity, I think we might be able to start working on some things. But you know, that difference that you spoke about was something that helped us in the 80s and 90s and helped a lot of cities become all-American cities, all-American situations. I mean, we've been here before. This ain't nothing new. You know, and it was worse. You know, the only difference right now is it's happening without a cause, without a pause. You know, it was reason for treason, and that made it different. You know, even though there's no reason to take a man's life, but in the world that we living in, at least there was some thought process. There's no thought process going on right now. People are just doing what they do when they want to do it, or because I feel a certain way, I'm going to act a certain way. You know, there's no reason. It's just all treason. And that's basically what the double A's can help you with, adding just some reason, giving some people some hope, you know, some cultural understanding, overstanding. You know, my thing right now is, you know, we at war. It's time to represent. It's still X2RP time to represent. It's still all right. You know, but the thing about it is you got to find what makes it all right, that balance. And once you get that all right, then you got to find that understanding. Then you got all right. Then you make it good in the hood. You got all right. I'm good, you good, life is good. What's up?
And that's why the show is so valuable. This should be on every network. Y'all can cut and slice.
Straight talk.
Whatever y'all want.
Straight talk.
Every network, put it on, get the word out there. But at the bottom line, if folks don't really want to change their mind and they don't want anything, we're already in a deficit. So we're just in a deficit as a country too. Because it's not just DNV, it's everywhere you go. It's not just black, it's white too. So you really bad. I'm a soul winner, so I'm gonna stay prayed up. I'm gonna be good. But for those who ain't under no blessing, you may want, this ain't the time to be playing around. You need to get yourself under some real protection. Yeah.
Plant seeds of expectation on your mind. Plant seeds of expectation on your mind. Of expectations on your mind. Yeah. Cultivate your thoughts. Anticipate achievement. Whatever the mind conceives, best believe we can achieve. Believe in yourself as being capable, able to overcome. Be in the state of overcoming. Live in the state of overcoming. All obstacles and weaknesses are just pain leaving the body. It's time to represent.
And the clock is still ticking. We're in this fourth quarter. So all hands on deck, whatever your gift is, whatever your style is, whatever your contribution is, whether it's a technical guy, whether you can sing, whether you an educator, we need people who want a serious breakthrough, family, God, purpose, living, stop quitting. Yeah.
You know, would you say quitters never?
Oh, they ain't never winning.
Yeah.
Yeah. They ain't never winning because they didn't finish the race.
And the race is important.
Oh.
The race is important.
Yeah.
But you got to remember, if we don't have a race, then all we got is, if we don't have races, then we only have a race. Yeah. And once you have a race, there's no diversity. And that defeats the whole worldly understanding of who we be and what we're doing here. We be, they be, I be, X2RP. Time to represent. That's the conjugation of I be, the verb to be. You know, and if you don't know who you be, whose you be, and what you be, then really it's no need to be. And I think we're at a point now where we need to go back to showing youth how to conjugate themselves and take themselves off the shelf. How to conjugate the verb to be in their lives. It's time to represent the Live Days youth. It's time to be seen, heard, and represent. It's time to take yourself off the shelf and show your wealth. Not just because it's good for you, but it's good for your generational health. Right now, kids, youth, representatives, they watching, and they watching the television, and it's all war. So they learning how to be able to defend themselves in the war or how to become warmongers. So my thing right now is, it's time to represent, it's time to respect one, reach one, teach one, each one, release some, deploy them. In fact, he said it's where you're going, not where you're from.
Yeah.
I'ma say, it's where you're going,
okay.
not where you're from.
Yeah.
Get a new song.
Get a new song.
Get a new motivation.
Get the theme that works for you.
That's right. We used to tell the people that we commit ourselves to the mission because that's our decision. You got to find a mission for you now. Or you got to tag along on the old mission until you get a mission. Right now, we're just out here, as they say, bojangling, doing the dance, fake it until we make it. That's done.
Don't carry no weight though.
No weight at all.
Don't.
Even the people who was carrying weight,
don't carry no weight.
They have no weight now. You know, they tapped out, they dilapidated, ain't nobody buying into it. And now they want the reality check.
And also, a lot of people forgot how to be cool.
How about that?
Everybody wanted to be cool because people accept you. People clap for you. Oh, you all that. They forgot how to be cool.
Cool.
Now I'm gonna let you eat that, cause I'm gonna let you go eat that, Ant.
I'll chew on that.
Chew on that, but yeah.
Cool today.
Go ahead, Ant. Go ahead.
Watching my kids play.
Oh.
Cool
Dang.
today. Watching how they understand and gravitate to the things that I say, and I've learned from my matriarchs and patriarchs. Cool today.
Okay, what's that? Okay.
It's being a pop and being able and available to play.
Okay.
Able.
Oh, he got. Oh, yeah.
And available to play.
Wow.
As a grand.
Yeah.
See, it used to be the Bojangling stood and stood and stand, but now we can't understand. We gotta overstand. You know, it's cool today when you see a life that you put work into supersede
That's cool
the
today.
life that you walk.
I like this cool today segment. Keep going with it.
It's cool when when your last name has now, as they say, matriculated to become a name that has now gone farther than you can stand, than you can see. And now you can sit back and be like, X2RAP. All right. Because your generation X has now become next. And you've been able to get the best of your mutual fund. You know what I'm saying? And a mutual fund accrues daily. But you got to invest in it, and you got to understand that the best mutual fund is your future. And if you don't respect your future, they'll hurt you. What's up, B?
Yeah, I like the cool today segment. What is to be cool? Because everybody wants to be cool. They want a vibe. They want a mojo.
Traded my Porsche in for a better situation for my kids, my representatives to blend.
Yeah.
You know, I gave up on wanting Hummer houses, and now I got Hummer family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, that's cool.
But the cool I wear is everlasting.
Yeah.
It ain't here today and gone tomorrow.
So basically what you're saying is when you lay down and take your forever rest, you still being shown and your best is still being displayed. That little dash in between your beginning and your end is full.
You wanna know why?
I
planted every seed that I got. I ain't holding it in my hand. No, I ain't holding it. No, I planted every seed in my hand.
Seed.
Come on.
So you planted every seed
in my hand.
So back to plant seeds of expectations.
There it is.
On your mind, cultivate thoughts that anticipate achievement. Believe in yourself as being capable of overcoming all obstacles and weaknesses. Now, if you really want to start breaking bread, building futures, you want to start positive affirmations. You want to be able to say them and you display them and walk them. You know, walk this thing until this dog understands how to walk through and understands how to navigate through, because it's a jungle now. You know, it's no longer just some cement and some blocks. We in a cement jungle. You know, we in a situation where we at war. So basically, what's cool to me now?
What's cool to you now? That's cool. What's cool to you now?
Is being able to walk with your youth and help them dodge some of the lies, the fallacies.
I bet they never knew that about you. See, sometimes you gotta ask questions. They never knew
Music
that about
is still shrimp, but dollars and cents turns into dollars, and that's what I holler.
Oh, okay.
You know, you gotta have some sense to this thing. You know, as they say, rich is about money. Wealth is about time. So
and we having a great time. Just
doing what we do, straight talk. Now, let me think here. We were at Bowie Fest last year. And we got an opportunity to just show them what outreach and music and poetry and spoken word can all do with applied.
We show them you can be cool.
Being cool.
We ain't have to be thuggish. We ain't have to try to be weed in out here. We can be ourselves. Matt said, come get it.
So
come on.
It looks like we're gonna be back again. So make sure when y'all check this out, y'all look up Bowie Fest and come on out. Bring your family, bring your youth, you know.
But it's something else I want about that Bowie Fest.
Talk to me.
Out of all the talent acquisition we did, why were we the oldest talent there?
That's the cool part about it.
Oh, that's my boy.
That's the cool part about it.
Why were we the oldest talent there?
See, when you're still able to stand
17,
on. That's right. When you're still able to stand in your square and show people who you are. At every level of the game. You know.
But you know what I'm saying?
Generational.
That was 18, 20. We was considered the old heads, but we were still new.
And still motivating the crew. You know, that's what it's all about. Still new, Still able to, as they say,
Come on.
what's the word we like to use when we want to re-establish who we are?
Reinvent.
Reinvent.
Oh yeah, yeah.
See, that's what it's all about. It's cool when you can still have enough juice
Okay.
to be able to reinvent yourself or negotiate where you stand and not lose your stance.
Wow.
Yeah. Still be able to enjoy the skin you in,
Yeah.
even as you maturate, matriculate,
Yeah.
you know, and still be able to play.
See, a lot of people don't have that longevity.
Longevity.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's what I said. No, these next generation folks rocking with us.
How about that?
Them guys. Because when you reinvent yourself, guess what? You never get old.
You know, I'm not a fan of LeBron,
Oh, okay.
but I do respect hard work pays off.
They do respect their hope.
So that's one thing I will say, that if nothing else, you know, because I don't really do the GOAT thing, you know, but if nothing else, he has shown people that if you take care of your foundation,
he got longevity.
you'll have longevity.
Yeah.
So I look at this thing now as LeBron in this thing.
Yeah.
I don't really think he's the all-time basketball player, you know, because there's so many out there, and there's some people that have done some miraculous and marvelous and achieving things. And everybody know I'm a Kobe fan, even though Michael Jordan is the one that kind of broke a barrier to allow a lot of this to happen. But I'm a Kareem fan.
Yeah.
Because he did it in every level of the game.
Yeah.
You know, and I even have.
But your biggest fan, shifting the main thing, your biggest fan.
Well,
it's them youth out there you motivate.
Well, see, the thing about it is, I became an action hero.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
So that's the reason why I can't really look at them, because they're not Mr. Save It All.
Okay.
They're just variables that we all need to come together on every level and be able to break some bread so that we can be able to regenerate this engine called youth.
Yeah.
And death.
Yeah.
Because we need to put some different. We need to tune up this engine a little different, because right now the youth are lost, but it's not the youth, it's adults.
Yeah.
And I always tell people that I don't blame youth for youthful problems. I blame adults for not being able to have foresight and consistency and tenacity on being able to keep their generation tight. So, you know, we slipping, little brothers? Nah. It's the parents who's tripping, not the brothers who's slipping.
Oh.
You know, that's what I always say. You know, it's where you're going, respect the ones that should be respected. You know, we all have something to do with this thing called respect. You know, when it comes to aiming high, you know, take yourself on the show your wealth. You know, Anthony Murrill, aim high. You know, you got to first look in the mirror in order to understand that the reality stars is in your hands.
Okay.
So when we talked about double A's, A1 Ola, Anthony and Anthony, you know, this is what double A's is to me.
But then again, we met Murray and Murray.
Oh yeah. Well, that was a good interview. And that's out there somewhere in the hemispheres. You can look it up.
Yeah.
You know, we've been doing this for years. It's nothing new.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you know, we got some nice A-listed people that we broken bread with. You know, and
but give them the full story of that. We wasn't doing it as no fan.
Well, you know,
we wasn't.
First of all, you have to be an A-listed person to be able to interview an A-listed person.
Okay, I got you.
You know, now it's one thing to have an interview and just do an interview, but it's another thing to break bread.
Okay, there you go.
And if they don't respect what you bring to the table, then there's no way you're gonna break bread.
Okay.
You know, you might do an interview, but it ain't the same.
It ain't the same. Yeah.
So check out the interview with Murray and Mr. Metro Man. You know, Anthony Murrill. You know, and you'll understand what an interview looks like, because really an interview is not really about asking questions.
No, it really
it's
ain't.
about being able to bring out the best conversation at the time. And that's what we do. We just bring that best conversation for the time at the time. You know, and if you want something to really do what it needs to do, you just give us a holler and let us bring out that conversation that helps your youth become representatives. Helps them do the do. Helps them aim high. This is what we do. So, that Murray thing, and I got love for Murray because, the spirits were good. And we TV?
Yeah, we TV.
I'm going to tell you, man, they did some love. They sent us up to New York a couple times, the Braxtons, Tony, that's my forever Kappa sweetheart, I always let everybody know, I my Charlotte City treats, my songbirds, I love them, and I always give them their roses. It's a lot of things that we could talk about on different levels, but I would love to bring all those people to the table so that we can do one thing: generational wealth.
We need a celebrity forum that we host. We set that tone and bring out Murray and Tony Braxton and Ruben Study. Everybody we interviewed, let them know.
Oh yeah, Ruben was cool too.
Yeah, that we still in the game, right? We still in the game right here.
What's it, SWV?
All of them. Come on. Yeah. All of them. So, like he said, we're nothing new in this game. We just got some longevity like LeBron.
Well, the tenacity of Jordan.
Yeah, tenacity of Jordan.
The hard work of Kobe.
Yeah.
Stubbornness of Kobe. The athleticism of Dr. J. Yeah. The magic of the Magic himself. Yeah. And the diversity and creativeness of a bird, willing to fly amongst others, even culturally. You know what I mean? Because that was a rough time there. That was a cultural time, but it's a lot of things that we like to call baller for the future. We use the ballers to tell our story sometimes, but I use music too. The Coltrane's and the Miles and even the Chucks. And if you want to just go homegrown, the Jujus. It's a lot of things, man, that people just don't understand about just giving people their roses and being able to, show the understandings of the time, the environment, the environmental people, the people that was able to help shift things. That's where we at right now with this AA battery. We're going to put these batteries in anything that's willing to conversate, to break barriers, to build futures, to be able to just let people know that there's another way of doing things. It does take all types to make things right, but you got to be unafraid to be able to talk about it and walk it out. Not just talk and then run in the house. Talk it and walk it. So that's what we doing on this platform today. We just talking, we kicking the Willie from the Charlotte City, we kicking the Willie Bobo, and we just doing it from different areas. If you look at the double A's, you got, the left and the right, you got the, Mr. Style, and then you got, sometimes Mr. Metro Man who wants to be more urban, or sometimes you got, Mr. Kappa Man who want to be more collegiate.
Wow.
Sometimes you got, the Daddy Do.
Yeah. Wow.
Sometimes you got, Metro. Sometimes you got Metro. Wow. Just the man.
All these variations.
But guess what? This is what diversity is all about. Being unafraid to show people the different pills of your vegetable, your fruit.
Yeah. And drop this little nugget for those who don't know. How did we used to rock WPGC? Because they don't know. You remember how we got on
rest
air?
In peace, David Haynes,
Yeah, come on, tell us about that story there. This story time now, y'all.
Robille, I think you out there.
She opened that door for us, Robille.
Yeah, I know you traveling the world, and the Green Eye Bandit, Donnie, like I said, even Tigger.
Yeah.
Flex. A lot of people know what we've done and who we are, and all those different what we call them at the convention centers where we used to do the
WPG for sisters
only.
Tell them when they heard us on the radio, man. Come on, we have radio time. She put us on consistently. Now, what was the win of that when somebody give us radio time consistently?
Well,
I ain't even talking about Heaven 600.
When people see there's a need.
Okay.
And they business oriented.
Okay.
They tap in.
Okay, they tap in.
And that's basically all they did. They saw what two young black men could do that wasn't being done, and they tapped in.
So what was the difference for us being a radio personality and them age coming in. Cause now we have a different audience. What's that difference?
Well, see, diversity is diversity.
Okay.
You know, and when you go from being an urban situation to a diverse situation where now you got people who don't normally listen to your channel tapping in that once a month or twice a month or whenever you put these individuals on, you gotta open your ears and say in your eyes and say something's there.
So why would WPGC give us 50 tickets to bring 50 mission youth people to their event, and when you walk in there and get the tickets like that?
Because it only takes 10% to rock it.
Okay.
If you got 5,000 people, all you need really is 500.
Yeah.
If you got 500.
But why did they give it to us though?
But that's the whole point. You know, when they see that you can do something.
Okay.
That's going to be able to add something, they give you a shot.
Okay.
And once they gave you a shot,
they give us a shot.
they keep giving you the ball.
Okay.
And then we ball for the future.
Okay.
So basically, it's real simple when it comes to people who are doers. If you find somebody who can, you give them an opportunity to do.
Okay.
DEW it. You know what I mean? Do the do.
Yeah, give them
and then once they start doing, then you give them more to do. And then once you start getting them more to do, now you got to do the right thing. Got to pay them.
Oh, wow. He came back to that.
Yeah, but see that pay.
He came back to that, yeah.
Is the problem we have in today because it's not enough paying. It's not enough paying attention. It's not enough paying, for people's generation of diversity. It's not enough paying people who's able to take yourself to another level or help with some of the things that's going on in your world that, is taking money out of your environment or your community. Back when we were doing things, people paid.
Yeah, they paid
to help deal with a situation.
They paid.
I mean, and payola was a word.
Yeah, payola.
Yeah, payola was a word.
Yeah.
It was used several ways. But at the same time, people had no problem investing into something good. Rich, wealthy. See, when you rich, money.
Your money, yeah.
When you wealthy, time. When you have both, now you making moves. You helping generations out of situations of death, of generational dismay,
Ant-Man.
confusion.
If most people seen $100 bill on the ground, what would they do? Most people.
They probably put their foot on it.
Man, they won't pick it up.
Oh no, they gonna pick it up eventually.
Yeah.
But they probably gonna put their foot on it.
And then what they gonna do?
But see, that's the interesting point though. What we do is we put our foot on things. And then we look around and see who's watching. see, it's deeper than this.
Okay.
See, when you put your foot on somebody, there's a double-edged sword there again. Sometimes people put your foot on you to slow you down, or to see if they can do something to you to slow you up, or take from you, or to see if that's a actual and factual. But once they know it's actual and factual, they go get it.
They do what?
They go get it.
Oh, so the same way they can go get that $100 bill, they can go get a youth.
How about that?
No, it's motivating. No, they $100 bill.
Yeah.
That's paper.
Yeah.
The person has value that we can't even see.
But see,
why would they want to pick that person up?
That's the whole point of outreach. See, back in the day, they knew value, and then they put money aside for value.
For value.
Because they knew value. Now they don't know value. Now they don't care to see you as value. Because you really have no
people
validity.
see a penny, do they pick that up?
Yeah, but the point is, the dollar and the penny or $100 and the penny, it's the same thing. It's currency.
Oh, currency, yeah.
Some currency ain't really worth the investment, or worth the spending, or worth the duplication, or worth the saving.
Okay, some currency. Okay, I know. Y'all know.
And when you start talking about stuff like that, then you go to a whole nother level of understanding to why young people are so mad. Because they look at us like we don't have currency, or we just currency, or we don't have worth.
Don't have no worth, yeah.
So if we don't have worth, then we might as well do what we do.
Take that car.
That's right.
Take that car and run.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my worth.
Yeah.
Since I don't have no worth, I'll take it from you.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we don't make excuses. But we do understand if you give a kid a tool, let use it. But what are you giving them? What is the world giving them? You know, what's the world giving our youth? And then you wonder why they're using it. You know, you give a kid, you give a youth, inexperienced, undeveloped individual a tool and don't show them how to use it. They use it to the best of their ability. But the first thing they do now is go looking to see how it's used.
Wow.
Instead of talking to the person who used it, or the person who made it, or the person who put it into the rotation of tools for you to use.
But people will pick up the $100 bill and the penny. They walk past them all day.
Yeah, well, that's the microwave generation.
Okay.
I want it now. So the now is the bill. The penny means time.
Okay, time.
Yeah.
The penny,
The penny means savings.
Yeah, okay.
The penny means persistency. It means understanding, worth waiting to build.
Bill. Yeah.
Not I want it now. Let's take.
Yeah.
Or let's microwave it and eat it now. Instead of put it in the oven and bake it and make sure that it's healthy and everything is cooked correctly and is made from natural ingredients. We feel with unnatural. We feel with a lot of bad ingredients.
I hope their immune system's strong.
Yeah, well, you know, the immune system is showing that it's not strong. That's why we got more deaths, more suicides, more unrest. You know, it's a whole lot of things that, you know, the microwave of life is showing us. You know, everything is only a shot away, a pill away. And that's not really how it works. You know, you need consistency, but you need to be persistent and have persistency as well. You know, so what else you thinking, E?
Well, the conversation is hot because it's meant to be hot and it's meant to be intentional because we don't have time to waste, and you got to do the work no matter what you do. People in our generation, 50 plus,
I call it the half a century crew.
Half a century crew.
And every mile, every year, or every year or age you get after 50 is a mile. It ain't the same as when you was 30 and 40. Nah, 50, it's a mile. Every year's a mile. And most people can't run a mile. That's why they die. You know, you gotta stay on your mileage. You gotta keep putting your body through the test so they can be able to deal with the mileage.
It's gonna have to be able to pump some throttle. We need that thrust and that purpose and them thoughts. Yeah, stop waking up defeated before you even get your day started. I don't want to do that. Don't nobody really care about what nobody want to do. Come on.
I like that.
We gotta keep
talk on
pushing,
that.
man.
Talk on that.
Come on, we gotta keep pushing until success happens.
That's right.
Y'all understand that? Until success happens.
Wisdom is not achieved with one choice.
No.
It's a journey of many steps, many paths. A path upon which a person openly receives truth is how you get wisdom.
There it is. Y'all heard it right.
External things can't fix internal issues.
So we're doing it here, y'all. We're on many platforms, whether it's music, whether it's a podcast, whether we're on YouTube. But none of that really matters because
whether we're in your streets, in your communities, in your school, in your church, it's about putting in work.
Putting in some work.
It's about representing. It's about X2RPing, taking yourself off the shelf and showing your wealth, showing your stealth, and showing your generational health and understanding, overstanding about what's necessary for us to be able to have stealth, have this next generation become the next us. Right now, they keep talking about the lost generation. The only thing that's lost is the do-it fluid that most people have forgotten that they had or put to the side because it's too much to carry with the load they're carrying in their financial ride. You know, they don't have a truck. They got a two-seater sport car, and all they want to do is put a button on the side and run it. You know, they don't have that truck to where they put that carry in the back so that they can make sure that they got everything they need to be successful in reaching their understandings and their goals and achieving what they need to be successful adults and raise the next generation, the next us. It's a lot of things that we can talk about. It's a lot of things that we can see that most people just don't want to see.
Well, I think we've dropped a lot of nuggets on them, and they got a vibe of what the AAs are like, and I know they like the vibe because this is what we do. It's nothing that we have to rehearse. It's fun. It's soul winning. 365 days a year. It's family. It's village. It's investing. All of those things.
Well, you know, we always sit back and before we leave, we just give positive affirmations. Even though, you know, you done heard things that we've said, because, you know, affirmations are part of what we do. But if you had to tell the people right now something about you, you know, outside of the outreach and the violence, just personally about you, what would you tell them?
I tell them, number one, for that camera right there, Anthony Dew, I'm a soul winner. What that means? That means I rock with Jesus every day.
How about that?
So I don't have to front. I know where my help comes from. I know what makes me feel good, and I know what makes me win. Yeah. Soul winner, to answer your question.
There it is.
Yeah,
Anthony Lee Dew.
Yeah. I'm not coming from the bottom. I'm gonna start from the top.
There it is.
Also,
Anthony
forget
Lee
this,
Dew.
since I'm going to drop it, I might as well put that word out there. Romans 12:2.
Talk to him.
Do not conform any longer to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Use your mind for something. Romans 12:2. Soul winner.
There it is. There it is. You know, as we break this thing down and wrap it up, all we did today was just have some straight talk. Anybody and everybody can do it. It's just about wanting to do something that most people find uncomfortable. Sometimes you gotta break your comfort zone to a point where you're uncomfortable. And that's when you get the best results, the best look, and also the look that you might be looking for, but you just didn't know was in you, because now you get a chance to see your peelings of that banana or that fruit. Because once you peel it all back, that's when you find out what's really in it. You know, inside all the peelings is the good stuff. But a lot of people put these peelings on because they don't want to show people who they really are. They're afraid to show the reality of who they be. Conjugate their verb. I be, they be, we be, X2RAP. You know what I'm saying? You be. You know, this is what we do when we start talking about kicking the Willie from the Chocolate City, talking about kicking the Willie Bobo. This is what we do. And everybody has their own way of shining light on their state of mind, their state of grind. You know, their walk, their talk, their hood, what's good. You know, so my thing right now is, as we wrap up, it's where you're going, not where you're from. 1 2 1 2. Excuse me, I'm coming through. Not just coming through, but coming through clear. Like when I'm in my deuce in the court, I'll drop my top, and yes, I'll appear. I'm dropping beats. I'm ready to speak about very touch, unique topics, hits on dimensions, young on the running old, but talking about where we going, not where you're from, because from is your past. The past will do nothing but drop you on your where you're going is a blast for your past. It used to be ass when you're getting ready to be blast. You had to think fast, what to say. Well, these are the 2000s, and yes, they'll blow your way. Alright, think about that, because that's where we at. We at war. X2RAP's founder, Anthony Murrill, Mr. Metro Man. Metro, Inner City Groover, all around bro. Georgetown rapper, Zone City show, representing the boonies, the bird, the cities. It's all good in the hood. Yo, baby, yo. I'm out.